This morning, I'm going to answer one of your questions. This one comes in from Gregory Middleton, who wrote, I keep pouring into my people, but they don't seem to be listening or following my advice. Any suggestions on how to be more persuasive with my team? Well, Gregory, your team has stopped listening to you altogether. It doesn't matter how profound and correct your advice, training, or instruction, they no longer even hear you. You are suffering from what is called the law of familiarity. And do not be dismayed, you are not the only one. It happens to all of us, and I mean all of us. Hey, it even happened to Jesus. It's true, even Jesus needed to leave Nazareth before anybody would listen to him. Jesus would preach in his hometown, and people there were like, Jesus? Aw, I've known him since he was just a kid. Don't listen to him, he's crazy. Then Jesus walked 14 miles out of town to the neighboring town of Capernaum, and he said the same crazy stuff, and those folks were like, oh, he's the Messiah. So yes, even Jesus suffered the law of familiarity. It happens to me too. People beg my assistant to buy just 10 minutes of my time for ridiculous amounts of money just to get my advice. Guess how often my own team proactively asks for my advice, of which I would give it to them for free. Just guess how much. Go ahead. You can even round it up. Yeah, 0. People pay for my training. A lot. They fly from all over the world to sit in my audience. But when I conduct training for my team for free, well, they treat it like an obligation that they barely prepare for the night before. How many questions do they come to mine all the gold that they can get during those trainings? Just guess. Go ahead. Hey, even round it up. Yeah, 0. So, all I'm saying here, Gregory, is the law of familiarity is real for all of us. So what do? How do you get your team, your family, to listen to your training? You have to bring in the out-of-town expert. You have to do what Capernaum did and bring in the guy or gal from outside of your town to say what you want said. Gregory, it would be more effective to have you come in and talk to my team than for me to talk to my team. As odd as that might sound, it is true. It is just how we're wired as a human species. We stop valuing those things that are readily available to us, and we overvalue what is new or novel. It's odd, but it's true. So what do? Facilitate the use of other people to train your team. In fact, that is why we produce all these resources for you, so you can use me as your out-of-town expert to train your team. You might have said or could say something that I will say here on Darren Daily, but they will hear it better from me than you, just like the vice versa would also be true for my team. So be sure that you're using Darren Daily every morning with your team, with your family, and your entire support system. Use me to have them hear what you want to be said. Do you want your team to be more productive, to be more focused, to be more consistent and disciplined and motivated to produce big results in a compressed period of time? Use me and Insane Productivity to train them. Do you want your team to be better at sales, better at recruiting new clients, or recruiting new promotion partners or new team members, and better about leadership, particularly in our modern work culture? Use me and the eFastPass training curriculum to train your people. Okay, and for those that are interested in training their teams better, I will continue this in an after show. I will give you 3 key tips on how to facilitate better training: the what, the how, and where of how to deliver lasting impact when it comes to training. So you can stay tuned for that if you're interested. For now, though, the rest of you, take out your Darren Daily Journal and jot down where in your life you are probably experiencing the law of familiarity, and then figure out how to get an out-of-town expert to do your bidding. Share your thoughts in the comments below.